Wow. Florida State. Hold on. Florida State has an NCAA record 12 straight wins in overtime. That's wild. 12 straight in OT? Jeez. Wow, that's impressive. And they won the tip off. In overtime. Wow. Do they have enough to win this one, though, against Duke? We'll see. They had a big lead, too. Florida State owned. Oh, Florida State just pulled a three and they hit it. Caleb Mills, he was 0 for 5. He was 0 for 4, just made one. He was 0 for 4 from 3. Nah, but Florida State had a big lead in this game. Yeah, Florida State was up 8 with 4 minutes to go and they let it slip away. All right, Duke drives to the middle. Osborne comes away with a steal. Okay. Do you still think the Niners will beat the Packers if Nick Bosa don't play? Yes. And I think Nick Bosa will play. Florida State goes baseline. They look around. 8 on the shot clock. They swing it to the wing. Here's another 3. No good. Rebound to Paolo Banchero. Duke walks it up. They throw it middle. Underneath. Layup goes. Who is that big guy for Duke? Mark Williams is the big guy for Duke. And a Florida State guy just kind of went down on the floor without anyone touching him. Interesting. Okay. Hopefully he's alright. Alright. Probably just a cramp they're talking about. Florida State drops it into the middle. They got 4 guys all around and pulls a jumper. No good. Tip back, nope, rebound to Williams. Banchero, top of the key, crosses it over. Looking, steps inside. Layup is blocked. Battle for the rebound comes out to the 3-point line. Duke keeps it. Jeremy Roach drives inside, kicks it to the middle. Keels, layup. Good. Duke by 1. Wendell Moore, you just said, is Wendell Moore playing? Well, he just made the basket to take the lead. So, yeah, he's playing. Florida State swinging it around the perimeter. Looking for an open shot. They drop in the middle. They kick it out. Now baseline. Duke trying to go with a trap. They're running a bit of a 2-3 zone here. They float up a baseline shot. It goes. Seminoles with the lead by 1. I want to get a bracketology out sometime this week. It's been 12 days since the last one. So I want to get one out this week. Duke drives it in the middle. They kick it. Corner 3 wide open. Bang! The Blue Devils take the lead back by 2. 74-72. Our basketball team won on the road today. Not only did our basketball team win on the road today, they won 70-29 against a winless team. The team we played was 0-11. So, like, not that impressive, but hey, win is a win. We got a date with one of the top 10 teams in the state. We play Valpo on Friday. Here's Lake Central's next 3 games. They play Valpo on Friday, who's ranked like 9th or 8th in the entire state. Right? They play Munster on Tuesday, who's ranked in the top 25 in the state, and that's our biggest rival, is Munster on the road. And then that ensuing Friday, we play Chesterton, who is 13-0 and ranked number 2 in the state. So, those are going to be 3 tough games. I do think we will have I think we can win one of those 3. Lake Central's pretty good. They're finding their stride a little bit. LC kind of disappointed to start the year, but they've been picking it up and they've been beating some good teams. All right, Florida State will inbound it down 2. Duke bring in a little bit of a press. They've got a 2-2 back. Florida State walks it up. They're going to beat the press. Layup goes, and the foul. Duke only had one guy back underneath. Florida State went up, got it, and the foul. And we're all knotted up at 74. I have to make thumbnails. Like, for a lot of these streams, I like see how it's just like the generic thumbnail that I find on like the internet. I need to make thumbnails because I think it looks pretty. Ooh, Florida State missed the free throw. Game stays tied, but I think it looks better when it's what's it called, when it's clean with my own thumbnail. Duke lobs a floater in the lane, no good. FSU grabs a rebound. They kick it to the corner. Now they're going to drop it out to the top of the key. They throw it to the wing. Polite thought about a 3. They drop it into the middle again. Underneath, backdoor pass, they kick it to the corner. Here's the 3. No good, in and out, off the back rim. And Duke grabs the rebound, and they will take the ball now. Only a minute 27 to go. Boncaro with another rebound. He's got 16 points, 11 boards. Duke looking on the wing. Williams, step back, kicks to the corner. Boncaro. Will he drive baseline? Yes, he will. Underneath, layup. No, doesn't go, but he gets his own rebound. Puts it back up and in. Duke by 2, 76-74. Florida State pulls a transition 3. Bang! Seminoles by 1, 77-76. That was a risky transition 3, but it paid off. Caleb Mills, only 2 3-pointers made in the game. Both are in overtime. 45 seconds. Boncaro takes it top of the key. Kicks it to the corner to Williams. Williams dropping it to the left side wing. And, ooh, they're going to call an off-ball foul on Mills. So, I think Duke should be shooting 2 free throws because of that. Yeah, they will, because Duke's in the bonus plus. Yeah. I have PTE tomorrow, which is basically just a period in school where you can do, it's like just to work on stuff. I might just work on thumbnails. Although I do have here's the thing, I had to write a rough draft for this essay that I have to do. And she wants us to write another rough draft. Why? Why are we writing 2 rough drafts? Boncaro made the first free throw, made the second. Duke's up 1. 78-77. That's 20 for Boncaro. Alright, Florida State will use their 1 timeout. Hey, Ben, man, trying to say hi to you more. Yeah, when I see you, I usually say what's up. I've been doing alright, though. Johnny Davis is the best player in college. I think it's Trace Jackson Davis. But then again, I might just be saying that because I'm probably going to end up going to IU if Texas ever lets me know if I got in or not. Which is starting to seem like a hollow pipe dream at this point. Let's take a look at other scores from around the country in college basketball. Baylor took down West Virginia. That's a good win for Baylor because I had lost 2 in a row. Kansas defeated Oklahoma on the road. Good win for Kansas. Ohio State beat IUPUI. UConn beat Butler. Houston beat South Florida. Loyola beat Evansville. How did Kansas State beat Texas? That's embarrassing. Oh, man. Texas had a lead in that game, too. Texas was up 5 with 3 minutes to go. Didn't score in the last 3 minutes of the game. All right, Seminoles with the ball. 23 seconds. They kick it to the corner to Mills. Mills drops it back for Polite. Polite throws it underneath to the baseline. Florida State looking for a pass. They throw it back out to the three-point line. 12 seconds, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Duke. They're going to call blocking foul on Duke, so Florida State will have 2 free throws to take the lead. Yeah, but disappointing from Texas. Very disappointing. Tennessee beat Vanderbilt 68-60. Wisconsin beat Northwestern, and Texas Tech handily took down Iowa State. That game was close until the second half. It was 29-28, and then Texas Tech blew the doors off in the second half. First free throw is good, and the game is tied at 78. Big free throw coming here. 12 seconds left. The second one is good. Seminoles with the lead by 1 with 12 seconds. Well, Duke does have a timeout if they want to use it. Let's see. Will they foul? Or no, they're not going to foul. Will they call the timeout? It looks like Krzyzewski's going to let him play. 7 seconds. Duke walks it up. They drive it into the middle. The layup is no good. Rebound comes back. 2 seconds. It's tipped out to midcourt. The time's going to run out. Florida State wins it. That's 13 straight overtime wins. A 1-point win over a top 10 team at home. And it's party time for one of the biggest party schools in the country. They're rushing the court in Tallahassee. A big upset win for Florida State. 79-78 over Duke. Wow. They don't lose in overtime, man. Don't go to overtime with Florida State. They've won 13 in a row now. That's the longest streak in the NCAA. Court, yeah, they did storm the court. Of course they're storming the court. Come on, man. God, I always pick Florida State in March. Like, for 3 years in a row, I had Florida State go to the Final Four. Wow. So back-to-back games, Duke loses to the Florida schools. Miami and Florida State both beat them. Wow. Here's my thing about the ACC this year. The ACC is either filled with a bunch of pretty good teams or just no good teams, and they just keep beating each other. Cause like, isn't Duke the only ranked ACC team? I think they are. And they've just lost 2 in a row now. Or no, they beat NC State and Wake Forest. But they lost on the 8th. They lost 10 days ago to Miami. And they just lost another one here. I think Duke's the only ACC team that's ranked. Yeah, because they didn't rank Miami. I kind of thought they should have ranked Miami. Because they have some teams ranked that I think are worse than Miami. Miami looked really good, I will say. Miami beat them on the road, too, which I think is a little bit more impressive. There's a lot of good teams in college basketball. There are so many teams with 2 losses. Gonzaga, Purdue, Baylor, Duke, Kansas, Wisconsin, UCLA, Houston, LSU, USC, Providence, and Loyola. All have 2 losses. I mean, there are only 2 teams that still have 1 loss. It's Auburn and Arizona. Auburn actually should be the number one team in the country. Auburn has more first place votes. But someone ranked Auburn in the AP poll. Someone ranked Auburn at 7. And because they were so tight with Gonzaga, the fact that someone put Auburn as low as 7 cost them the number 1 ranking. So they're number 2. And Gonzaga's back at number 1, despite Auburn getting more votes to be in first place. Road tests for top 10 teams. Baylor, Duke, Kansas, Wisconsin. All of them passed the test except for Duke. Duke's the only one that didn't win. Did I take Florida State out of my bracketology? I can't even remember. It's been so long since I've looked at it. I can't even remember. It's been so long since I've even taken a glimpse at the bracketology. Did I move Florida State? I think I took Florida State out. Oh my god, it's gonna take I might need to edit this tomorrow. Yeah, I think I took Florida State out. I'll have to add them back. They've proven enough that they belong back. 11-5. I mean, there are teams that are worse than 11-5. Will that be kind of unfair? Gonzaga beat a quad 1 team by 30 last week. Yeah, but is BYU really that good? Is BYU really that good? I don't know. I was disappointed they beat I wanted San Francisco to win. But, I mean, BYU lost to Utah Valley. They lost to Creighton by 12. They got murdered by Creighton. They lost to Vanderbilt. So, is BYU really that good? I don't know. There's a lot of good teams, though. There's a lot of really good teams. I think if I had to pick the 4 best teams right now, I think the four teams in my opinion that I think are a cut above the rest, the 4 teams I think that are a cut above the rest are Gonzaga, Auburn, Purdue, and Baylor. I think those 4 are definitely the best in the country. Gonzaga, Purdue, Auburn, and Baylor. I think those are the 4 best. I think. I mean, Auburn's only lost 1 game, and it was in double overtime in the Bahamas to UConn. Beat Loyola. That's looking like a good win. Loyola's ranked now, so. Beat Syracuse. Beat UCF. UCF's actually not looking too bad. They beat St. Louis, who's pretty good. They beat LSU, who everyone is raving about. They beat Florida. They beat Alabama. I think Auburn. I'm telling you, Auburn, Baylor, Gonzaga, and Purdue. Those are the 4 that I think are cut above the rest. If I had to put in a second tier of teams, like 2 seeds, I would say probably Arizona, Kansas. I'd say probably Arizona, Kansas. I would say Duke, but Duke's disappointed me a little bit. Wisconsin. I don't know how good Wisconsin is. Okay, yeah, I'll say Wisconsin, cause yeah. So in the second group, I would have Arizona, Kansas, Wisconsin, and Houston. In the next group, I'd have Duke, UCLA, Villanova, and either Kentucky or LSU. Kentucky and LSU both look really good. Kentucky looked unstoppable against what's their names? Against Tennessee. I mean, they shot 79% from the field against Tennessee. So, I think my thing about UCLA is here's the problem for UCLA. And this really isn't even their fault. But they had a ton of games postponed. So they started the season pretty well. All right, they beat Villanova, right? Kind of got their ass handed to them by Gonzaga. But okay, fine, whatever. They continued to play some not great teams out of conference. All right, went on the road and beat Marquette. I'm going to say that's a good win. Going all the way from Los Angeles to Milwaukee to play a road game, that's not going to be easy. They won the game. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row, either postponed or canceled. They played on December 11th against Marquette. They didn't play again until January 6th. For 26 days, they didn't play a game. And they beat Long Beach State. They beat Cal, and then lost to Oregon in overtime, and just beat Oregon State. But here's the thing about Oregon, and here's another thing: UCLA can't even have fans at their game. I don't know why. I think it's a UCLA school policy. I have no idea, but you look at UCLA's games, it's like COVID. There's no one there. They're not allowing fans. And I'm telling you, teams do better when there's fans there. And the thing about Oregon, right, is Oregon beat 2 top 5 teams in the matter of 3 days. They beat UCLA on Thursday, then turned around and beat USC on Saturday, both of which were on the road. This was an Oregon team that people had written off, especially me. Because what? They lost to BYU by like 40 points. Right. They lost to St. Mary's by 12. They got murdered by 30 plus against Houston. You're like, oh my goodness, they're playing these not even great teams, just kind of like tournament teams, but not the cream of the crop. Like BYU, St. Mary's, and Houston are not the cream of the crop, right? Then they go around. All right, they lose to Arizona State, a bad Arizona State team. Arizona State has a losing record. Lost to Arizona State in overtime. Lost to Stanford. You're thinking, all right, they beat Portland. Thank God you're the best team in Oregon. Then they played Baylor in a game I thought Oregon would win. All right, I was like, Baylor going from Texas to Oregon against a hungry Oregon team, and Oregon almost won, but they did end up losing 78-70. But they were 6-6 at that point against Baylor. They were 6-6 on December 18th. They were 6-6. Beat Pepperdine. All right, game against Colorado postponed. Beat Utah. Game against Colorado gets postponed again. Game gets postponed against Oregon State. They finally play a 3-13 Oregon State team by 2. They beat a 3-13 team by 2. And you're like, okay, they're sitting at 8-6 against the 2 best teams in the Pac-12, 2 top 5 teams on the road in the matter of 3 days, and they beat both of them. USC can't have fans either. Oh, it's probably an LA thing. So Oregon went out and beat UCLA and USC. So, and their game against Washington, surprise, surprise, got postponed. Washington State. The game against Washington State got postponed. So their next game is at home against Washington on the 23rd. So it'll be interesting. Oregon, I feel like I have to have them back now. They beat 2 top 5 teams, but I'm like 10 seat max for Oregon. Like 10 seat maxes. They had some embarrassing losses earlier. But what have you done for me lately syndrome is about to hit me hard with Oregon. Because weren't they ranked in the top 10 in the preseason or something like that? They were ranked really highly in the preseason. But I will be working on bracketology tomorrow. I might have Murray help me with it. We'll see. All these college basketball pages I follow post their top 40 lists, so I'll use some of those to help me. I have my own list, but sometimes you forget a team here and there. You're done with the whole bracket, and oh shit, forgot that team, and they definitely should be in there. So having those lists helps. But I'll let y'all go. It's getting late. Damn, it's almost midnight for you Eastern time people. 10:46 for me here at Central Time, but I'll let you guys go. go to bed. You guys have busy long days tomorrow, so I'll let you guys get well rested.